Starting to pop in. Here we go. There they go. Popping like popcorn now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Brilliant Movement Call. We're so happy to have you here as you're joining us this evening. Please just navigate down to that chat and tell us where you're calling in from. Tell us where you're joining from this evening. This is the Brilliant Movement Call. We're so happy to have you here. I don't see anyone in the chat yet. Am I in the wrong chat? Here we go, people. Where are you? Where are you joining us from this evening? There you go, Toronto, Canada. Congratulations, John and Sandra. All right. And is it Pahrump, Nevada? Pahrump, right? Do I have that? Hey, England, where in England? Let me know where you are. Hey, Olivia, Carlsbad, right down the road. Hello, Sandra from Georgia. It's so nice to see you all this evening. Okay, my name is Vanessa Hunter, and I am here to welcome you this evening to the Brilliant Movement Call. This is a kingdom movement call for people who want to move. And the very cool thing is whoever invited you here tonight definitely thinks that you're somebody who would benefit from this information and is somebody who likes to make things happen. So with that, if you want to grow your walk in faith and understand God's nature and find out where you fit into all of that, then you're in the right place. In a few minutes, we're going to watch a video from Graham Cooke. It's a teaching from Graham Cooke, and you'll get to learn a little bit more about him. He is the guy that has a ton of content in the app that we have called the Brilliant app. So you'll get to hear a little bit about that. And then Jenny Taylor, our Brilliant COO, is going to be sharing a little bit about the app and navigating the app and what that looks like. And then we'll have a little chat after that. And then we will also tell you about our Brilliant Circles. So we've got a lot to share with you this evening. We're so very grateful that you are joining us here this evening. And with that, I want to go ahead and play our video of the week. This is Graham Cooke, and the title of this is Live in Your Standing, Not Your State. So sit back, relax, and let's watch the video.
You know, there's a difference between state and standing. Your state is how you see yourself outside of Christ. We see ourselves often as weak, powerless, incapable, inadequate, victims, and so on. Your standing is who you are in Christ, in your truest identity. You're strong, you're powerful, you're favored, you're accepted, you're beloved, you're anointed, state and standing. In our state, our emotions are overwhelmed by negativity. They get caught up in those mental filters through which we look at our world. In our standing, the passion of Jesus for us empowers our emotions as we understand how he thinks of us. So joy and rejoicing are on the menu 24/7, even in your sleep. Shakespeare said, "There's nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." See, in Christ, we are aligned with the Father's perception of Jesus in us. I love the fact that everything comes to us because all of heaven is attracted to Jesus in you. Everything comes to the Christ in you. So that's the best place in the world to stand, is in this grace in which we stand in Christ. Heaven is attracted to us. The kingdom wraps around us. And all the permissions of God are yes and amen in Jesus. So in Christ, we keep all our thinking inside the boundaries of God's love, his grace, his kindness, and his mercy, so that we are empowered by his goodness towards us. So that in Jesus, our emotions come from a heart of rejoicing, thanksgiving, and gratitude. All of our emotions should be touched by joy. I always find it interesting that people get mad when people start laughing in church. Now they get offended, which is fascinating to me because because they say, oh, it's emotionalism. What about all the people who come with their misery, with their fear, with their anxiety, with their worry, with their panic? Nobody accuses them of being emotional. So what is it that makes misery acceptable, but joy unacceptable? That's the University of Weird right there. That doesn't make a lick of sense to anybody. And now you've realized it. You're thinking, I'm not bringing my misery to church anymore. I love the way God looks at things. Here's the thing. We do not allow our beliefs to be challenged by our circumstances. We allow them to be strengthened. What if all your circumstances are really a source of strength to you, whether they're good, bad, or ugly? What if God is using a bad situation to strengthen your belief? Wouldn't that be just like him? That on his agenda is, oh, I'm allowing this because I really want to strengthen who you are. I want to teach you a little bit of patience and perseverance. It'll be cool. Just stay close to me and don't panic. We challenge our circumstances by what we believe about who God is for us. So you can flat out get in the face of your circumstances and say, listen, this is who I am. This is who God is for me. This is what I'm doing. I'm about to start rejoicing. You may not want to stick around, but this is who I really am. This is my true identity. And this circumstance is going to make me a better person. And it's going to deliver me an upgrade. Yeah, we're not used by our circumstances. We use them. It will be a real blessing to heaven if you stop trying to stir up your old self to rejoice. Trust me, your angel will kiss you. Your new nature can't help themselves rejoice. Sometimes if you're in a meeting and you don't feel like it, it's a clear indication you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong identity because your new nature loves to rejoice. Your new nature adores Jesus and can't wait to bless him. If you're in a meeting thinking, I don't really feel like worshiping, that's your old nature talking to you. And you don't talk back, you just ignore it. Just step into your new nature. Stop trying to stir up your old self to rejoice. If you're going to learn the power of rejoicing, then you must let go of being upset, anxious, tired, and feeling down. Let it go. Put it away from you. Lay aside the old self and put on the new self. Rejoicing is an act of the will. It's not an act of the emotion. God works in you both to will and to do. The key thing for us is that we're always handing over our will to the Lord. Philippians 2:13, God works in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Changing your mindset is the best way to handle a negative. Don't argue with negativity. Ignore it. Change your mindset. Well, I'm not thinking that. I'm going to think something better.
Wow. So I don't know if that message resonated with any of you. It certainly did with me, and I've seen it many, many times. I love listening to Graham Cooke. I love the way he simplifies things. And a lot of people may be on here this evening saying, wait, what is this about? What religion is this? And if you take nothing else away from this tonight, I want you to take away, it's not about religion. It's about your relationship with your creator. It's about your relationship with God. It's about your relationship with Jesus. So, Jenny Taylor, I'd love to invite you on if you could join me and just I want to kind of pick your brain because you've been exposed to this, to Graham, to his teachings, to the app that you're going to be showing us in a few minutes. You've been exposed to this for a long time, a lot longer than I have. I'm a newbie here. I've only been around for what, 4 months, 5 months maybe. And so um, tell me what you originally thought, if you can remember back when you were first exposed to this, and now how you've kind of the light bulb went on for you in terms of the way you thought it might be and the way it is.
Sure. Oh, I can remember very much. So that is from The Art of Thinking Brilliantly. That clip is from The Art of Thinking Brilliantly, which is a conference that Graham did back in 2011. And he says something in that conference that really, when I heard it the first time, I had such a strong reaction to it. He said, if all your thinking has brought you to a place that you don't like, have another thought. And I'm sitting there and I'm hearing that and I'm thinking, I mean, I didn't hear it in that conference. I had heard it prior to that, but and when he said that, my whole life was blowing up around me. You know, I was becoming an adult, learning how to live my own life apart from my parents and unlearning patterns and behaviors and ways that I was raised. And it just felt like my life was imploding. And when he said, if all your thinkings had you, brought you to a place you don't like, have another thought. And I remember thinking to myself, well, don't you think I would if I could? That was literally my response.
Yeah.
That was. And here's the thing about that is I had such a strong response to it, but I had enough wherewithal to recognize, wait a minute. If he's saying that, he's walked through the process to the other side. If he's walked through the process to the other side, oh, then I can too. And it really sent me on a journey of figuring out if I don't like the thought that I'm having, and I did not like the thought that I was having at all, that I could have another thought. That was so unknown to me. I could have something different than what I was handed.
Yes.
Completely different way of thinking, of viewing and participating in your own life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is the one thing that I have felt empowered to do since discovering Brilliant is having that personal relationship, being able to ask questions, not having. I watched this video clip the other day. It was a comedian and she was talking about, how to get answers in her religion, in her particular religion. And she's like, well, if I needed an answer to this, I prayed to this saint or that saint or this saint or that saint. And she said it wasn't until much later that I got the direct line to Jesus, and you got the upgrade, right?
That's
And
right.
so that's what this is all about, is developing that personal relationship. And so what we have is an app that helps you do that. And Jenny's going to show us a little bit, show us around, show us what that looks like, and give us a little tour of the app so that you know that when you get into the app, and what we're suggesting is that people consume it, if you have as little as 10 minutes a day to just get in, listen to some of the content. Sometimes you listen to it 2 or 3 times. Sometimes you get an aha moment the very first time. Sometimes it takes more than that. But I guarantee you, your life changes as you listen to this content. So, Jenny, could you just give us a little tour of what this is all about?
Oh, I would love to. Thanks for asking. Okay, so I'm going to get us set up here. And 1 second, I was a little concerned that would happen. So give me just one moment here.
Not a problem at all. And Juliet mentioned she's from Warwickshire. That is where my grandparents were from, Juliet. So
How fun
hi,
is
maybe we're cousins.
that? Okay. You're okay. Yes, you're seeing it now. Yes,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Now I get to put it in full screen. Okay. All right. So I get the distinct pleasure to talk to you all about the BrilliantPlus app. This is your chance to explore the app's key features and to be equipped to navigate the content in a way that best suits your unique learning journey. And Vanessa touched on that after we watched that clip from Graham, that it's unique to you and it's your unique learning journey with God. Please note that this time we're going to walk through how to engage with the BrilliantPlus app. However, if you need technical support with login or billing, the best place to direct those questions would be to email our customer support team at help@brilliantperspectives.com, and they would be happy to answer any question you have. So for the next few minutes, we are focusing specifically on the content of the BrilliantPlus app and helping you to get excited about everything that's available to you there. BrilliantPlus is full of kingdom content, and this content is designed to reveal God's nature as kind, joyful, and is completely present with us because we believe that transformation happens as we experience His love, not by striving to earn it, because that's a different starting point. Striving to earn it is a different starting point than experiencing His love, and each of those has a different outcome. So with this daily app experience, you'll encounter endless opportunities to practice engaging with God in simple, meaningful ways, 10 minutes a day, so that His perspective and His presence becomes your new normal. So today we're going to share some popular starting places in the app, things that people love and they use consistently. And then you and the Lord can go from there in deciding where you want to start together. So in just a moment, we're going to explore Brilliant for Sleep, relational routines, challenges, and at the end, we'll explore a few more categories that have courses and conferences. So we're going to start first with Brilliant for Sleep, which is one of our most popular features in the app. These sleep sessions are slow, gentle audio experiences that are designed to help you end your day with peace, truth, and a sense of being deeply loved. Now, who doesn't want that, to end your day in that way, even begin your day in that way? So whether you're falling asleep and you have racing thoughts, or you just would like a more peaceful rhythm at night, all of these sessions will help create a space for you to rest in the awareness of God's presence that is always with you. So as we go along, I'm going to be offering you some pro tips, and we're going to start off with pro tip number 1 here. I mentioned earlier, who doesn't want to start their way out with a more peaceful rhythm and feeling deeply loved? So pro tip number 1 is that some people enjoy listening to the sleep audios in the morning, or when they are being faced with something that's causing worry or stress. And because I like you guys, I'm going to give you a 2-for-1. We're going to go with pro tip number 2 here. There are varying audio length tracks here. So you can loop the audio. You can put it on loop. And that's especially helpful if you just want it in the background and you just want to be soaking that in the background. Okay, next up, we have relational routines. So here at Brilliant, we believe that transformation is not about trying harder. It's about learning to enjoy the journey with God. So you'll always hear us talking about with God, not for God, with God. And that's the heart behind our relational routines. So rather than having a checklist, which I love a checklist, but rather than having a checklist or a devotional plan, these routines are simple daily moments of connection designed to help you engage with God's love in practical ways that are relational. And you can do this every day. Again, 10 minutes a day. Some of the highlights for the relational routines are each routine runs for 21 days. Each routine is built around a specific theme. There's one on reset to rest. There's another on anchoring in God's affections, just to name a couple. And another highlight is that every day you'll receive 2 pieces of content. One is a short teaching that's designed to help you connect with God's perspective. The second is a guided session designed to help you become aware of God's presence. And I was just chuckling because I get alerts. You can go onto the app and you can send yourself alerts. I get an alert every morning and every evening that my routine is ready. So you can also do that, which is really helpful to have that prompt to engage with the app. So if you are looking for a way to practice engaging with God daily, these routines are a great place to explore. And then there are times where we just need a fresh start, a fresh spark of inspiration that helps to connect us with God in a meaningful way. And this is where our challenges come in. Each challenge is a powerful journey that's designed to help you experience a specific aspect of God's nature and your identity in Him. Here's pro tip number 3 for you. Most challenges are video-based. They're typically 3 days long, and there's 1 hour each day. But if you are looking for a shorter challenge with a little bit more punch in it, some of our newer challenges, like praying with God, are actually audio-based, which makes it easy to listen to this on a go, whether you listen to it in the car, on a bike ride, or on a walk. You can listen to it on the go. And people love starting with a challenge because it's a simple, focused time, and you will find some encouragement for your journey. And so you might be noticing that BrilliantPlus gives you access to an ever-growing learning library of over 350 videos and teachings that are designed to help you explore God's nature and your identity in Him. Are you seeing a theme? His nature and who you are in Him. Our courses, or they've been called series, they go deeper into specific themes like favor, prayer, or how to think the way that God thinks, or even walking with God, how to walk with God, and the way that He walks with us. Some of the courses are actually extended studies of books that Graham has written, like The Nature of Freedom. He actually walks you through each chapter of The Nature of Freedom, and he highlights some key ideas for you to explore with God. And pro tip number 4, there are PDF activations in the episode descriptions. And so you can go through and find which series have the PDF activations in this episode description underneath the video. Transformation Through the Fruit of the Spirit series has activations included in it. And next up, we have conferences. These conference sessions are live events where you can listen in on transformational moments with Graham and the Brilliant community. Here is our final pro tip for today. Graham's personality in front of an audience, if you haven't experienced it, he's very outgoing and engaging and warm. He has a lot of humor that he shares that makes it really relatable, relating to God. He makes it very accessible, and he makes God very relatable. And 2 of our most popular conferences are The Art of Thinking Brilliantly, which we watched a clip from tonight, and the follow-up to The Art of Thinking Brilliantly is The Mind of a Saint. So I hope that this overview was helpful to you. If you're on the 5-day trial, we'd love for you to choose one thing that you're ready to start exploring in the app. You don't have to explore everything. Choose one thing that you're ready to start exploring. And know that subscribing means that you have ongoing support, you have daily encouragement, and you have content that helps you live from God's love instead of working for it. So thanks for joining us on the call. So happy to walk you through the BrilliantPlus app. Vanessa, I'm going to hand it back over to you.
Thanks, Jenny. Stay here. Stay here.
Oh,
Don't go away.
I won't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. Thanks so much for sharing all of that information. I hope that people get an idea of what this is all about. Of course, you won't really get it until you dive in and jump into the content. And you have an opportunity to do that, whether you're already a member or whether you're a guest here this evening. You will get back to the person who invited you on this call, and they'll let you know how to get started. But before we get there, there's more to this than just that. There's more to the movement movement than just the app. And so, Jenny, can we chat for a minute about Brilliant Circles? Because I think that they are such a dynamic and unique feature that
Yeah,
let people have, well, you tell us. You
sure.
tell us.
Oh, I mean, you were on a roll. I'm happy for you to tell about Brilliant Circles because they're such a dynamic part of the movement. They really are. Um, So the circles are small group meetings that are designed to help members of the Brilliant community process and explore their journey together. And these were really created in response to the need for community connection, especially post-COVID. And so this was a response to that. So these groups, our Brilliant Circles, meet weekly via Zoom to study curriculum from the BrilliantPlus app. And the circles launched after establishing what was the church in May 2023. We now have a movement, and Bridget proposed the small group concept within 2 to 3 months after we started that, with the philosophy of taking people out of the rows and putting them into circles to facilitate deeper connection and discussion. And so what the Brilliant Circles offer, Vanessa, is they offer weekly meetings that run for 12-week cycles, and each session focuses on curriculum from the BrilliantPlus app. And this curriculum is designed by Cindy Deininger, who is part of the Brilliant team. What's unique about our content, and we touched on this as going through the app, is that it always starts in the heart of the Father. So what is his nature like, and who do you become in that process? So experiencing his nature and who you're becoming. So it's really forward-looking and upward-looking approach rather than focusing on maybe deficits or what we don't have. And so we talked about some of the studies that are based on the BrilliantPlus content. There are 5 courses. These are 12-week courses. We have Fruit of the Spirit, parts 1 and part 2. We have The Nature of Freedom, which you heard us talk about, is a book that Graham authored. We also have a study on the nature of God, as well as one on the newness advantage. So these studies, they really provide a taste and see introduction and encourage you to really want to go deeper through the app. So Vanessa, do you want me to pause there, or would you like me to talk about the meeting times and the flexibility? Because this was
I love the flexibility. Before we move to that though, I love the sense of community. I am one of those people that loves to hear other people's perspective on things. So I love the sense of being able to talk about different things and learn from others in in the community, in your brilliant circle. The cool thing is, guys, you get to pick a time that fits for you. So you're not forced into a specific circle because you live in Alabama. You can join a circle that works with your schedule, and you will have people in that circle from all over the world. There are people, Jenny, how many countries are consuming the content at this point?
With just a fun note, we actually have a circle in Alabama. So if you wanted to, you could join. Love those folks that have the circles in Alabama.
Yeah. Yeah, but the point being that if
Yeah,
if you work the midnight shift and you're not available for the Brilliant Circle that's happening in Alabama or in your
that's
community
right.
or wherever it may be, you can join a different circle that works for your schedule. And so
Absolutely.
that's what I really love about this is that you will be connected with people all over the world, and they're just picking the same kind of schedule that works for them. And so there's a sense of community, a sense of, although it's a group learning experience, you're on your own journey, right? You're doing your own thing, you're following your own path, but you're doing it in that group environment, which I think is really, really powerful.
That's absolutely right. And just to speak to the the time zones. I agree. I love that. And there's just so much diversity and variety available there because, because it's what time zone works for you. And so East Coast often works well for Europe and West Coast works well with Australia and New Zealand. So there is that mix and you get to experience it, people on the same walk. It adds a whole nother level, doesn't it, to your learning journey. I love
It
that about
really
it.
does. It really does. I love that. So, Jenny, thank you. Thank you for all of your sharing, for all of the things that this evening. I think that what we have to offer is really, really powerful. But again, consuming the content is the name of the game. And what we mean by that is getting in the app, digging around, praying about it, figuring out what you want to take a look at. And the coolest part of this whole thing is we have a free 5-day trial that you can check it out. You can get in there, you can get into the content. You have full access. It's not limited access, it's full access for the full 5 days. And you'll be able to see if this is something that resonates with you. And again, this is about your personal journey, about your personal growth, about your personal development. And for me personally, when I was first exposed to it, I was like, honestly, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what this is all about. I'm not sure if this is for me. But the more I got into the app, the more I got into the content, the more I was like, where has this been all my life? So it really was a very cool thing. I was a skeptic. I will say that. I was skeptical in the beginning, and I quickly learned that I have a lot to learn. So that's the very cool part of this. So listen, you have access with a membership. You have access to the app. You have access to the Brilliant Circles. You have access, which is discipleship and all of that. You have access to the events. But to get access to all of that, please get back to the person who invited you on this call, and they will help you get connected with Brilliant. I want to thank all of you for being here with us this evening. It has been our pleasure to share this with you. We are very, very excited about not just what is happening today, but where we are going as a movement going forward. And we're so happy that you're on this journey with us. So with that, I want to say good night. Thank you again for joining us. And thank you so much, Jenny.